Bonjour, and today we are going to see about the lesson 4, that is grammar part 1. And before that, I will recall once our previous video. So our previous video content is your lesson 4 dialogue only. So it's dialogue about food. They are discussing about the food only. So dialogue a Tamil family in Pondicherry, and the dialogue between mother, father, Kumar and Shamli, and they are discussing about the food for the breakfast. And move to the dialogue B. So dialogue B is a French family in Paris, and they are also discussing about the food for the breakfast and the conversation between Yoli and Francoise. And let us move to the today's content is Lamparative. Second is the verb conjugation present, that is conjugation, verb conjugation in present tense. And third one is l'interrogation, that is interrogation. Move to the first content, Lamparative. Lamparative means what? Imperative sentence. So what is meant by imperative sentence and what is the usage of the imperative sentence? So imperative means what? A Lamparative in French, and it is used to give commands, orders or express wishes like stop, listen. So these are the commands. For this purpose only we are using Lamparative. And how many forms are there in imperative? There are 3 forms of the imperative sentence. So what are the 3 forms? You can use these 3 subject only. What are the 3 subject? Tu, nu and vous. And for all the verbs, the imperative is formed by taking the corresponding forms of the present indicative but without subject pronouns. So for all the verbs, the 3 groups, that is ER group, IR group and RE group, for all these 3 groups you can use these 3 subject only, and without the subject pronoun you are going to use the imperative sentence. See the example. The verb is what? Danser. Danser means what? To dance. And when you are conjugating to the imperative sentence, you can use these 3 subject only. Tu danses, nous dansons, vous dansez. So when you change into the imperative sentence, you can use this verb conjugation only. For tu danses, danse means what? Dance. And this is like a command or order. And next one is dansons. Dansons means what? Let us dance. And third one is danser. Danser means what? Dance. This it's also commands. So this is all about imperative. Imperative it is used for the commands, order or express and wishes. And how many forms for the imperative sentence? There are 3 forms. What are the 3 forms? Tu, nu and vous. And what is the formation for the imperative sentence? For all the verbs, imperative is formed by these 3 subject only and without subject pronoun. That is the imperative formation. And see how is the imperative is formed. So what is the formation for the imperative sentence? So the imperative is formed by dropping the pronoun of tu, nu and vous, forms of the present indicative tense. So for these 3 subject you can conjugate the verb in present tense only. And however ER verbs, note this point carefully, and however ER verbs whose Q form in the present indicative it ends with ES, you can remove the S and add the, you can remove the S only. You should not add anything in that. See the example, parle, it ends with what? ES for the present tense conjugation. For this imperative, when you change into the imperative sentence, you have to remove the yes. So that is this thing, that is however ER verb whose Q form in the present tense indicative it ends with yes need to have the final S to the present indicative taken off to the form Q, form of the imperative. So this is the example, that is parler verb, it ends with what? Es. You have to remove when you change into the imperative form. And see the example, finir. Finir means what? To finish. And next verb is what? Parler. Parler means what? To speak. So this is the conjugation for imperative. So you can use these 3 subject only. What are the 3 subject? tu, nu and vu. For this thing you have to use a verb conjugation, that is fini the devoir, finish your homework. So this is the order. And finissons nos devoirs. So let us finish our homework. And finissez au devoir, do your homework. So finish your homework. So these are the like command or order. And next move to the second verb, that is parler. Parler means what? To speak. So tu parles, nous parlons, vous parlez. So parle lui. So speak to him. And parlons lui. So let us speak to him. And parlez lui, speak to him. So, and what is the formation for the imperative? The imperative is formed by dropping the pronoun. What are the pronouns? Tu, nous and vous. And if the verb ends with er, when you conjugating for the verb tu, you have to remove the s and write the remaining one, that is parle lui. And this is all about the imperative form. This is the formation of imperative. And see, these are some examples for imperative. Le verb en er, that is the verb ends with er. Rester verb. Rester verb means what? To stay. So what is the conjugation for rester? Tu restes, nous restons, vous restez. So when you change into the imperative form, rest, so you have to remove the s because this is er verb. So rest, restons and restez. And when you change into the negative form in imperative sentence, ne reste pas, ne restons pas and ne restez pas. It means stay or let us stay and stay. So here don't stay, do not let us stay and don't stay. So this is the translation for this one, imperative sentence. And next, les verbs en er, oer and re. So the verbs ends with ir, oir and re. So here partir verb. Partir verb means what? To leave. So this is the conjugation for partir verb. Tu pars, nous partons, vous partez. So tu pars means what? You leave. Nous partons, we leave. Vous partez, you leave. So when you change into the imperative form, par means what? A leave. And partons, let us leave. And partez and leave. So when you change into the negative form, ne part pas, don't leave. Ne partons pas, don't let us leave. Next third one is ne partez pas, it's leave. Sorry, don't leave. Next the verb pronomino, it is pronominal verb. So tu te reposes, repose also stay only. And nous reposons and vous reposez. So tu te reposes means what? You stay yourself. And nous reposons, we stay ourselves. And vous reposez, you stay yourself. And repose-toi, stay here and you stay. And reposons-nous, let us stay. And reposez-vous, you stay. And this is the like a command or order. And this is the negative sentence in imperative sentence, that is pronominal verb. Ne te repose pas and ne nous reposons pas and ne vous reposez pas. So this is all about the imperative sentence. It is a formation for imperative sentence. Let us move to the exercise. Mettez les verbes à l'impératif. So put the verbs in imperative form. So first one is verb is what? Connaître verb. Bien votre vie. So it means connaître means what? To know. And bien votre vie means what? Know your city. So this is command only. So you can use any subject. You can use tu or vous or nous. So what is the answer? Connaissez. So this is the conjugation for vous subject, that is connaissez bien votre vie. So know your city well. And second, Kamala dash aller jouer avec tes pupilles. Here the verb is what? Aller. Aller means what? To go. So here you can use the tu subject only. So it ends with what? What is the conjugation for allay for tu subject? VAS. So allay it ends with what? ER verb. So for the ER verb you have to remove the S. So the answer is what? Kamala va jouer avec tes poupées. So Kamala go and play with your dolls. And C1 is comprendre la situation s'il vous plaît. So understand. Comprendre means what? Understand the situation please. So here you can use a vous subject only. So this is the conjugation for vous subject in present tense. Comprenez la situation s'il vous plaît. So understand the situation please. And il fait froid dash prendre ton manteau. So here the verb is what? Prendre verb. Prendre verb means what? To take. So it's cold, take your coat. So here you can use the tu subject, it is prendre verb. So the answer is what? Prendre. So il fait froid, prends ton manteau. It means it's cold, take your coat. And even is vous avez froid dash prendre un t-shirt. So here the verb is what? Again prendre verb only. And you have a cold, and prendre verb you have to conjugate in vous subject only. So the answer is prenez. Vintesa means what? Herbal tea. So this is all about the first exercise, which is based on the Lamparative. And move to the second one. Votre ami vous demande le chemin pour aller à la plage. Donnez les instructions suivantes. So your friend, you are asking to chemin to go to the beach and give some instruction about the plage. And here the verb is what? Let us see the verb first. Aller verb. Aller means what? To go. And remonter. Remonter means to return or go up. And next prendre verb. Prendre means to take. And traverser to cross. And continuer to continue. And passer to pass. And tourner to turn. And descendre to get down. So these are the verbs that we are going to conjugate in imperative sentence, and you have to use a tu subject only for all these things, because you are telling to your friend only, so you can use a tu subject for the imperative sentence. So first one is aller verb. So it ends with what? Va, that is VAS. So here the verb ends with ER, so that you have to remove S and add nothing. So the answer is what? Va. Va a café de Rue Gandhi et Nehru. It means go at the intersection of Gandhi and Nehru Street. And second one is remonter. Remonter means what? To go up. So here remonter verb also it ends with the ER. So you have to remove the S and write the answer. That is remont. That is go up. La rue. That is go up the Nehru Street. And next verb is what? Prendre verb. Prendre verb. What is the conjugation for prendre verb? Tu subject prendre. So prendre la rue Nehru jusqu'au parc. So take the Nehru Street to the park. And next traverser verb. Traverser means what? Cross. So traverser it also ends with ER. So that you have to remove the S for the tu subject. So the answer is what? Traverse le parc. So cross the park. And continue also, to continue, it also ends with what? ER. So you have to remove the S and write the answer. And continue jusqu'à la rue de la Marine. So and continue to the Marine Street and pass. Next verb is what? Passer verb. Passer means what? To pass. So passer also it ends with ER, so that you have to remove the S. And pass devant l'église, and pass in front of the church. And next verb is what? Tourner. Tourner means what? To turn. So tourner also it ends with ER, so you have to remove the S. And tourne à droite au feu, and turn right to the signal. And next verb is what? Choisir verb. Choisir verb means what? To choose. And tu subject, what is the conjugation for the tu subject and choisir verb? Choisir la rue à gauche, and choose the left street. And here descendre verb. Descendre verb means what? To get down. So the answer is what? Descend jusqu'à bord de la rue Goubet et tu vers la plage. And get down to the Goubet Street and you will see the beach. So this is the second exercise, which is based on the imperative sentence. And move to the second content, that is the verb conjugation or presso. So what are the verb we are going to see in this content? First one is a finir verb. Finir means what? To finish. And second is prendre, to take. And boire, to drink. And pouvoir, to can. And venir, to come. And manger, to eat. Let us see the conjugation for these verbs. First one is finir verb. What is the meaning of finir? To finish. And what is the conjugation for the finir verb? Je finis, I finish. Tu finis, you finish. Il finit, he finish. Elle finit, she finish. And nous finissons, we finish. Vous finissez, you finish. Ils finissent, they finish. Elles finissent, they finish. And this is IR verb. You have to remove the IR and add the endings for the IR verb. That is IS, IS, IT, IT, ISS, ONS, ISS, EZ, ISS, ENT. And let us move to the next verb, that is prendre verb, which is based on the third group, that is RE group. And this is the conjugation for prendre verb, means to take. So what is the answer? Je prends, I take. Tu prends, you take. Il prend, he take. Elle prend, she take. Nous prenons, we take. Vous prenez, you take. Ils prennent, they take. Elles prennent, they take. And next verb is boire verb. Boire, which is based on the third group because it's an irregular one. Boire means to drink. And let us see the conjugation for the boire verb. Je bois, I drink. Tu bois, you drink. Il boit, he drinks. Elle boit, she drinks. Nous buvons, we drink. Vous buvez, you drink. Ils buvons, they drink. Elles buvons, they drink. And next, pouvoir verb. Pouvoir verb also irregular verb only. And this is the conjugation for pouvoir verb. It means to can. And this is the conjugation for pouvoir verb. Je peux, I can. Tu peux, you can. Il peut, he can. Elle peut, she can. Nous pouvons, we can. Vous pouvez, you can. Ils pouvons, they can. Elles pouvons, they can. And next is venir verb. Venir verb means to come. And this also irregular verb only. And je viens, I come. Tu viens, you come. Il vient, he comes. Elle vient, she comes. Nous venons, you come. Sorry, we come. Vous venez, you come. Il vient, they come. Elle vient, they come. And next, manger verb. Manger verb, it ends with ER. So what is the endings for the ER verb? E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, ENT, ENT. And one thing you have to note that when you conjugating for the new subject, you have to E before that ONS. And this you have to note. And this is the conjugation for manger verb. Manger means to eat. So je mange, I eat. Tu manges, you eat. Il mange, he eats. Elle mange, she eats. Nous mangeons, we eat. Vous mangez, you eat. And ils mangent, they eat. Elles mangent, they eat. This verb and all you have to read by yourself only, because most of the verbs are irregular. Irregular verbs you can read by yourself only. And let us move to the exercise. Mettez les verbes au présent and make the sentence in the present tense only. And first one, nous dash finir la tâche avec difficulty. Here the verb is what? Finir verb. And for the finir verb, what is the conjugation for the nous? Nous finissons la tâche avec difficulty. It means we finish the task with the difficulty. And next one, les écoliers dash manger à la cantine. So here the verb is what? Manger. So subject is les écoliers. It's a plural one only. So for the plural one, you can use a il, that is ILS, plural. So for that, what is the answer for the manger verb? Mangeons. So les écoliers mangent à la cantine. So the school students are eat in the canteen. And next, je dash boire du thé. Here the verb is what? Boire. What is the conjugation for the boire verb? Je bois du thé. I drink some tea. And next, avec les occlusions, je dash prendre venir pour le retour. So here the verb is what? Prendre verb. Prendre means what? To take up. So avec les occlusions, answer is what? Prendre. Je prends. I take 1 hour for return. So pour le retour means what? To return. And next, nous dash pouvoir venir au restaurant. Here pouvoir means what? To can. What is the conjugation for this thing? Pouvons. Nous pouvons venir au restaurant. So we can come to the restaurant. So this is the first exercise which is based on the verb conjugation. And move to the second one. Mettez le verbe au présent. So put the verb in present tense only. First one. Mes amis dash venir avec nous en vacances. Here the verb is what? Venir verb. Venir verb means to come. And the subject is what? Mes amis. So it refers to the subject il. So mes amis viennent avec nous en vacances. So my friends come with us for the vacation. And next, quand est-ce que tu dash finis ton projet? Here the verb is what? Finir verb. Finir verb means what? To finish. So here, what is the answer for this one? Tu finis. So quand est-ce que tu finis ton projet? So when do you finish your project? And next, dash pouvoir vous venir chez moi. So here the verb is what? Pouvoir verb. Pouvoir verb means what? Can. So what is the answer? Pouvez-vous venir chez moi? Could you come to my home? And next, Mama dash manger pas de viande. Here the verb is what? Manger. Manger means what? To eat. And the subject is what? Mama. Mama, it refers to the subject is al, because mother, that's a feminine subject only. For the feminine subject you have to use al subject. So Mama ne mange pas de viande. Mama doesn't eat the meat. And next, l'enfant ne dash boire pas de lait. So the children do not drink the milk. So here the verb is what? Boire verb. So l'enfant, it refers to the subject is il, because it's a masculine. So l'enfant ne boit pas de lait. It means the children do not drink the milk. So this is all about your second content, which is based on the verb conjugation. Let us move to the third one. Let us move to the next one, that is l'interrogation. L'interrogation means what? Interrogation. Interrogation, it is used to ask the questions only. So in this exercise you are going to use the two form only. One is standard form. Standard form means what? Before the affirmative sentence you have to use the esker. And second one is sustained form. Sustained form means what? That is inversion method. So invert the subject and the verb. So in this exercise we are going to use the two form only. What are the two form? Standard form and sustained form. So let us move to the exercise. See the example. Vous téléphonez à votre ami. So this is a affirmative sentence. It means you are calling your friend. And when you change it to the standard form, before the affirmative sentence you have to use est-ce que vous téléphonez à votre ami. It means or do you calling your friend. And the second form is a sustained form, that is invert the subject and the verb. Here the verb is what? Subject is vous and the verb is what? Téléphoner. So téléphonez à votre ami. So are you calling your friend? First one is tu finis ton travail. It means you finish your work. So first sentence is, that is standard form. Est-ce que tu finis ton travail? It means do you finish your homework? And second form, that is the sustained form, is finis tu ton travail. Here the verb is what? Fini, and the subject is what? Tu. So fini tu ton travail. It means or you finish your home work. And B1, elle sort le chien. It means she takes the dog out. And answer is escale. Here QU apostrophe Y. Here the subject begins with vowel. So escale sort le chien. So does she take the dogs out? And second form is sort elle le chien. It means does she take or is she take the dog out? So here the verb is what? Sortir verb, that is sort, and the subject is elle. And here third one, Lily a son passport. So Lily has her passport, and the question is, est-ce que Lily a son passport? Does a Lily have passport? And second form is Lily, that is inversion method. It starts with the subject, starts with the name, means you have to write the name first and then you have to invert the subject and the verb. For the verb here, that is about verb conjugation, and the subject for Lily is what? Al. So in between you have to use a T. Why? Because the verb ends with vowel and the subject begins with vowel. For that you have to put T. So Lily a-t-elle son passeport? So does a Lily has passport? And even D, elle parle en classe. She speaks in class. So when you change into the first form, that is standard form, est-ce qu'elle parle en classe? Does she speak in the class? And to the second form, that is inversion form, is parle-t-elle en classe? So here the verb is what? Parle, and the subject is elle. So here it ends with E and the subject begins with E, so that you have to put T. So parle-t-elle en classe? So she speaks in class. And even vous vérifiez l'horaire du bus pour l'aéroport. So you check the bus schedule for the airport. So the answer, first form, that is standard form, est-ce que vous vérifiez l'horaire du bus pour l'aéroport? So do you check the bus schedule for the airport? And second one is, here the verb is vérifier and the verb is what? Subject is vous. And vérifier l'horaire du bus pour l'aéroport. And do you verify the bus schedule for the airport? And this is all about our today's content. What are the today's content? Lamparative, that is imperative sentence, and it is used to give commands, orders, and express like do this one or do that one, like stay here. These are the command and all. And what is the formation for this one? There are three forms are there for the imperative sentence. What are the three forms? Tu, nous, and vous. For this subject you have to conjugate in present tense. If the verb ends with er, you have to remove the s and write the remaining and all. And second one is a verb conjugation. So what are the verb conjugation which we have seen today? One is finir, that is to finish. Prendre means to take. Boire, to drink. Pouvoir, to can. And venir, to come. And manger, to eat. And third one is l'interrogation. L'interrogation means what? Interrogation. Interrogation, it is used to ask questions. And in this exercise you are going you used two form only. One is standard form and another one is sustained form. Standard form means before the affirmative sentence you have to use est-ce, and sustained form, it's an inversion, that is invert the subject and the verb. And I hope you all understand this video, and thank you all, and I'll give assessment. You have to finish, and merci to all.